And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I am your host, Josh Engel. Today is Friday, February 23rd. And today we're going to be talking about empty bowls. But we're not going to just be talking about them. We're going to be showing them too. So you might want to hop on our WLBB Facebook live stream where you can check out some of the bowls that have been brought today by some incredible ladies. And hear the whole story from the folks who helped create Empty Bowls 20 years ago. This is the 20th anniversary of Empty Bowls. So it's a very special program. So it's worth hopping on the Facebook live stream. If you have any questions, comments, any congratulations you want to throw our guests, you can do those as well. Thank you for joining us. Today's guests to chat with us about Empty Bowls, we have Sue McBrayer. You'll know her from the Soup Kitchen. We also have the the founders of Empty Bowls, Helen Helnig, as well as Carol Boyd. And we also have Karen Kagiyama, who has joined us on the program today. And we're all going to be talking about Empty Bowls. So first, why don't we start with some introductions? Tell us your story, a bit about yourself. We'll start with Sue McBrayer.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having us. I'm Sue McBrayer. I've been in Carrollton for most of my, 60 years in January. I retired from teaching. I started volunteering at the Soup Kitchen and got hooked. And I've been doing it about 19 years.
What is it that hooked you? What is it that really stood out?
It was the people I was working with and the people we were serving. To sit down and just have conversation was wonderful.
That's amazing. I love that. Thank you for doing that. That's great because it has had a tremendous impact on the local community. And for those who are not aware or do not know the importance of the local soup kitchen, we're going to have Sue tell us a bit more about that here in just a bit. So definitely stick around for that. We're going to throw it over to Helen Helnig. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning. How are you, Josh?
I'm great. I mean, I got some beautiful bowls to look at here. I mean, look at these. These are amazing. So, Helen, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm call myself a potter. Bit more retired these days. But I moved here 20 years ago and met Carol almost immediately afterwards. My husband moved here because of a job. He got a teaching job at the University of West Georgia. And I've had a really good 20 years making pots and doing mosaics, and the benches in front of the Arts Center are mine. So I've done a lot of really interesting community projects, and Empty Bowls is near and dear to my heart. And where I lived before, which was in Phoenix, Arizona, we had a very successful Empty Bowls project. So I was eager to start one when I got here.
Amazing. And I love those benches in front of the Arts Center. They're super. They sit nice. You know what I mean? They sit very nicely, very comfortable. Let's throw it over to Carol Boyd. Carol, tell us a bit about you.
Thank you very much. We're very pleased to be here today. I've been here since about 1978. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and after I married my husband, we lived 6 years in Vermont, and then we moved down here, and he had roots here. And yes, I'll tell you more about my story and how I got involved in Empty Bowls here in a minute.
Excellent. I love that. Teasing that, so the audience knows, here it comes. And we'll throw it over to Karen Kagiyama. Tell us a bit about you. Am I saying your last name right? I want to make sure I said it right.
Perfect.
I thought so.
You get the prize for saying it
I felt
correctly.
Good when I said it.
Thank you. I'm Karen Kagiyama. I'm a United Methodist pastor, and I've been in Carrollton about 30 years. And like Helen, my husband came and got a job at the University of West Georgia, then West Georgia College. So that brought us here, and I've pastored churches in the area. I've been a campus minister, and I currently work for Wesley Woods Senior Living as the Director of Pastoral Care. We have 10 communities across the northern part of Georgia, so I have a big circuit, as we say in our Methodist circles, and I've been involved with Empty Bowls almost from the beginning, too, so it's a wonderful experience.
Well, great. Well, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
And we'll have to have you on the show again sometime just to talk about your work in the senior communities. Amazing.
I would love to talk about that. I have a lot of things to share. They really are. They are some of our not always appreciated wise elders and have amazing stories to share with us.
People tend to let them, they tend to fade into footnote. But if you just sit there for about 40 minutes, you're going to hear some of the most amazing stories.
You will.
Meet some amazing people.
You will.
Well, let's throw it over back to Helen and Carol. So how did all of this come? Oh, actually, no. You know what? We probably need to establish the need in this community first. So we're going to let Sue. Sue gave me the look, so we're going to let Sue. Sue, tell us a bit about the.
No, I'm a retired teacher. I have the look.
I knew you were a teacher when you walked in here. I don't know how I knew that. I knew it. It's another reason.
Tattooed across my forehead, I think.
Another reason to be on the live stream, so you can see. She's definitely a teacher.
There
So
you
Sue, tell us a bit about the needs.
You think everybody has enough food. They don't. Food insecurity means you might not be able to get to a grocery store. You can't get fresh food. And in Carroll County, 11.7% of our population is hungry. 12.2% of our children are hungry. Now, that number is actually down from when I started doing these statistics. It's about half what it used to be, but that's still not acceptable. In Georgia, we're a little bit better. In Georgia, 13.3% of children are hungry. So here's the soup kitchen. Started in the early 80s. I was not working there then. I was teaching. We do lunches every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Anybody that comes up, we serve between 11 and 12. We average about 200 meals a day. Last year, we did 28,565 meals.
Wow.
We also deliver groceries to some people who can't get to the soup kitchen, and we delivered 20,000 pounds of groceries. Now, why is it important that empty bowls help the soup kitchen out? Last year, our food costs rose 77%.
Oof.
Now, we're not able to get as much food from the Atlanta Community Food Bank as we were. They don't have it either, so we buy from local grocery stores when we have to. Our operation costs have risen 10%. I mean, you go to the grocery store yourself, and you know how much more
I get toothpaste.
Yeah.
It's $100.
There you go. Yeah, you can't get out of there without spending $100. So it's important that we have this fundraiser. It kind of keeps us afloat.
Well, we're very lucky. I mean, we always talk, guests that come on the show is like, we're really lucky that we have such a loving, giving community, very supportive. And when we experience things like this unexpected inflation, things across the world affecting our costs here, it makes it all the more important that the community step in and support something like Empty Bowls.
And we live in a wonderful community. You put a need out, and somebody's going to meet it.
Speaking of wonderful community, let's throw it back over to Helen and Carroll. Let's talk about Empty Bowls. So this became this very much is the. This is the premier fundraiser for the Soup Kitchen. So let's talk about how it came together. This is the 20th anniversary. So 20 years ago, take it away.
So actually about 21 years ago, the Soup Kitchen had gotten word that they needed to move from the facility that they had on Dixie Street out to Beulah Church Road, and that they were going to be having more expenses. I, meanwhile, back at the ranch, went to visit my sister in Texas, and she said, "Let me show you this pottery studio where the potters do this amazing thing. Every year they clean out their workroom, they bring in crock pots full of soup, and they've made a whole bunch of bowls ahead of time, and they sell tickets. You come in and you can get one of their bowls and have a bowl of soup." And I said, "That sounds easy." And so I came home, and Carol McWhorter had the Clayworks, not studio, but the art sales place on the square. And I asked her to give me a list of all of the local clay artists, and she did. And so I wrote to them and said, "Hey, how about we do this thing?" And and that's how I found Helen.
And then Helen, jump in. I mean, let's.
Okay, I will.
From your perspective.
Yeah, and I had really just moved here and had been involved very successfully with the Empty Bowls project in Phoenix. And so when I got this letter, I said, "Yeah, we can do it." I mean, I have some really good ideas from what worked in Phoenix. And Carol and I got together, and Carol obviously had lived here for a long time, so she knew the community. I didn't.
And I was a public health nurse. That helped.
That helped too. So we started the idea, and we had a lot of church involvement in the beginning. But it took somebody to make the bowls. It took some soup. It took a place. It took lots of volunteers, and it took a food organization that we would benefit. And the Soup Kitchen was the obvious one for this community. And so that was the beginning.
And they got logistics down pat. I've been over at the soup kitchen when they're serving the community, and I got to tell you, tons of volunteers. They could always use more, but tons of volunteers just moving like a well-oiled machine. I mean, it's a great organization to front load with support. I mean, with this particular event.
Right.
So, I mean, it's probably changed a lot over the years, I imagine.
Yes.
So
Was it not so easy now, I guess, as it gets bigger and bigger?
Well, I'll tell you, we made some mistakes along the way, of course. And the first year we only raised like $4,700, and it's been up to, yes. Like
Well, that first year you didn't put bottoms on the bowls, so that's a little controversial.
dribble bowls.
Dribble
Made
bowls, exactly.
Well, and the word got out because how much fun the first people had, and they started bringing their friends, and so it turned into more and more. Plus, we got down the logistics of doing the silent auction, the boutique table, having music there. There are musicians every year, and sponsorships where people send in money ahead of time, and so it had many features that got added along the way.
Right.
Keep Carroll Beautiful has been a supporter for many years now, providing things like recycling and also the paper bowls that we actually serve the soup in. We tried one year having people pick their bowls and wash them and then take them to the kitchen to get filled with soup. That was a logistical nightmare.
Yeah,
So-
it was.
Yeah, it's going to have at least one or two broken bowls, I imagine.
And the Ag Center has been just a consistent, welcoming place this whole time. So,
They're a treasure.
yes.
We had a format in 1990, a Michigan art teacher. He was the first one to really he's attributed to having started the whole thing, because he took his ceramic students and made bowls and got the cafeteria to make some soup. And really kind of the idea was not only to raise money for a hunger project, but to do like a 500-calorie meal so that people could understand that's what many people eat a day around the world if they're lucky, kind of thing. So it's an education process as well as a fundraiser, as well as a community social event. People look forward to it to just come and have these delicious soups from lots of restaurants and chefs in the area and sit and hear the music, and there's kids' activities. It's just become a very supported event, yes.
Well, we're going to talk all about that event here in just a few moments. Time is 8:43. We need to go ahead and take our first commercial break. But first, I'll read this comment. Joe Williamson has commented on the stream here. I have a feeling the girls know him. Empty Bowls helps feed our community. Today's menu at the Soup Kitchen: fish sandwiches with homemade tartar sauce, fries, and baked beans, cookies for dessert, and a bottle of water. So maybe I'll see you over there at the Soup Kitchen. Again, time is 8:43. We're taking our first commercial break. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is an innovative school of academic excellence celebrating over 61 years. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to join us on the mountain to see our mission and vision in action. Academic excellence, a faith-based environment, and dynamic opportunities are just a few of the reasons our families choose Oak Mountain Academy. Academic scholarships and tuition assistance are available. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. Time is 8:44. Today is February 23rd, and I'm your host, Josh Engel. We're talking about empty bowls. We got some empty bowls right here. If you're tuning into our live stream on our WLBB Facebook page, you'll see some of the amazing bowls made by local artisans, such as Helen here. And you want to hop on there to see what you will get with your ticket to the Empty Bowls event. That's Sunday, February 25th. Tickets are only $15, 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Carroll County Ag Center. And come out. It's the 20th anniversary. We need to celebrate the hard work of this organization, which, of course, supports the Soup Kitchen right here in town. So we're going to throw it over to Karen Kagiyama. Karen, let's talk about this year's event.
All right. So like you said, it's Sunday from 11 to 2:30. If you already have a ticket, you can come in a special door and we'll have that posted. And if you need to buy a ticket when you come, we'll have a special door for that too. So we're trying to streamline how we get people in the building. And once you come in, you're welcome to get soup first or choose bowls first, but your ticket gets you a cup of soup. And your choice of a beautiful bowl. And there are going to be plenty to choose from. And so come and do that. Bring your family. Kids, we kind of made a special thing for young kids. They can just get soup and eat free. And really the soup's free for everybody. It's all a donation. So we're just grateful for that. We're really grateful. We couldn't do this without two communities. One is the restaurant community and the home chefs who provide the soup, and almost every restaurant in the Carrollton area offers soup at least once every other year, most of them every year. And so we're so grateful, and we label the names of the soups. And so if you find a soup you like, you can track it down in your local restaurant and go get some more. And then the artist community, and particularly the Artists Guild, the Carrollton Arts Guild, who are it's where all the artists come for fellowship and for collaboration, and they really drive both the pottery bowls, but also we have a silent auction. And they are the ones who supply their beautiful artworks for that. We usually have anywhere between 35 and 45 pieces, and it's a silent auction. So you come and you make a bid on paper, and you keep circling around to see who's outbid you, and you up your bid.
You give them a rough stare, like,
yes,
this is
yes.
mine. What kind of items?
So everything from jewelry. Carol is wearing a piece from one of our beautiful artists, Stacy.
I'm going to snatch that chain from Carol here in a second.
Yeah, her stuff's really unique. It's just really beautiful. So things like that, painted works, woodworks. We've got really creative. One year we had a chess set that was just kind of amazing.
Somebody's out here making chess sets? That's amazing.
Yes. I'm trying to think what else. Felt, fabric works. Almost every media you can think of, we include, and we're really grateful again for all the artists that do that. I have a pastor friend who's retired, who does woodworking, and he has given me a beautiful wood chalice and paten for sale. So if there's any of my clergy friends out there that want a beautiful set, come and bid on it. I might have to bid on it myself.
Absolutely. So, you're the bid to beat.
Yes. And so it's, as Helen mentioned, it is this time when we are aware of the needs of our community, and that there really are people who don't have enough to eat on a daily basis. And the Soup Kitchen fills a niche there, along with some of our other ministries in the area, like Open Hands and St. Margaret's Outreach. We're grateful for them too. And then just the opportunity to be together. This is the kind of fundraiser where you don't have to have a lot of money to participate. Some of the ones that are wonderful, it requires a little bit more resource. But
they're out here bidding
this is $15.
4-day hunting packages and boats and stuff.
This is $15 to attend, and for that, you get this wonderful atmosphere. The music is wonderful. David Pippin and his Music Academy students have been doing our music the last couple of years now, and they're really good. These are like junior high school students, but they're very accomplished, and you'll enjoy the music while you're sitting around the table with your friends, eating your soup. And then there's also a kids' arts corner. Melanie Drew has done that really from the beginning, and it's a place where sometimes they have paper bags that will be used at the Soup Kitchen, and the kids decorate those. She will have her wheel there usually, and the kids can do some clay pots throwing, and she'll demonstrate, and or maybe they'll make some pinch pots. But it's just a fun afternoon for the whole family to bring the kids. We're really grateful for some other folks that have helped us this year. Wilson Sign Company has given us a big billboard, and that was a new thing this year, and we're really looking forward to that advertising. As Carol mentioned, Keep Carroll Beautiful. They're always there with us. Go Print Plus prints our posters and tickets at a pretty steep discount, and we're really grateful for that. And then, of course, the Arts Center, we couldn't do it without them because they help bring all the artist community get together for us and store some things for us and sell tickets. So along with our other ticket sellers, we've had tickets at Sweet Peas Boutique, at Mustard Seed Cafe, Feathers and Twigs. Where else? At the Barker House at the library. I think those are the major places. So it takes a lot of people. Over 100 volunteers will be there on Sunday, as well as Saturday. We're really grateful to the Carroll County ROTC community. Those kids show up and they move tables and they set out chairs and they do some of the heavy lifting. And we're really grateful that they come almost every year to do this.
It's a competition. See how many they can carry.
Sometimes with these, especially the tall, big boys, they
Well, I'm telling
start
you,
doing that.
A little insight into men. If they're like 13 and up, they're going to try to carry as many as they can and make it look really easy because they want to impress you. You know?
No.
Sometimes some of us trip over how many we tried to carry. But I mean, clearly this is something that is great for the whole family, you know. And I love that you really took the time to talk about the kids' corner where they can create art and just have a good time, have fun. And you mentioned, I believe you mentioned earlier that kids can eat for free.
The younger kids, like
Younger
8
kids.
and under.
8 and
you know.
under, yeah.
We'll negotiate. It's not a.
Well, it's a good way to keep them busy. You know what I mean? Like the younger kids need to have access to steady soup. You know?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is obviously we're here to raise money for the soup kitchen, and that's our primary goal. But we want people to have a good experience, so we make it as easy as possible for families to come. I should also mention the Carroll County Master Gardeners. They're going to be on each table a centerpiece made of some beautiful flowers that is donated by Costa Lowe's. A friend of mine works for them and has done that every year. And they're in the big soup cans, so they're very colorful this year. I got a picture, and they're going to be fun. And at the end of the event, those are also for sale to take home and either keep in the pot or plant in your own garden. So.
Yeah, the first year I went, I thought that was edible. Like I was eating the plant.
Pansies are, and there's usually some pansies in there. You can't eat pansies.
What do you call them? What did you call them? No, I'm just time is 8:52. We need to take our second commercial break. But when we come back, we'll continue our conversation about empty bowls. It's coming up this Sunday, February 25th. It's only $15 for a ticket, and you get one of these beautiful bowls. Look at these bowls. Have you ever seen some bowls like that? Those are bowls make your mama proud. So come on out, support the Soup Kitchen by coming out to the 20th anniversary Empty Bowls. It's 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. this Sunday at the Carroll County Ag Center. We're going to take our break, but Community Voice is brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
The AP Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined advanced placement curriculum track to earn a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies throughout 17 AP courses in 5 subject categories while enrolled at OMA. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. Time is 8:54. Today is Friday, February 23rd, and I'm your host, Josh Engel. We are live streaming on our WOBB Facebook page. You hear that whispering in the background. That's our illustrious guests on the show today to talk about empty bowls. It's coming up this Sunday. It's the 20th anniversary, so do not miss it. 21 years ago, all this started getting put in motion, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever. You got beautiful bowls, handcrafted by not just local artists, but from local schools as well, I believe.
Yeah, we have a lot of support from the local schools. those schools that have kilns and can make it, we provide clay for them. And we've gotten a lot of discounts and donations of clay from Davin's Ceramics in Atlanta. We have workshops that are led by different potters and people in the community too. So that's a really good set. And the T-shirts are specially designed for this year, 20th anniversary. And Karen has some more ideas.
We just want to highlight that we do this as a I don't even know what we call ourselves. We used to call ourselves the steering committee, but that sounded too corporate, so now it's just the planning group. But we are all volunteers, and we come together to do this event, and it takes pretty much all year. As soon as we finish this one, we'll do kind of a big debrief, and then we start thinking about the next year and what we need to improve and how to make it even better and bigger. And so, but we couldn't do it without the people who have a particular area that they're responsible for. So Susan Colgate is our volunteer coordinator, and there is a sign-up link on the Soup Kitchen website. So if you still want to volunteer, we'll find a place to put you. Even if it says full, put something down and we'll get you hooked up somehow to be part of it. Joe Williamson, who's the treasurer of the Soup Kitchen, works with all of our finance and gets us all set up with our ability to take payment and do all that stuff. Laura Gail McCord, she really makes it happen. She works with all the artists and makes sure we have all the bowls we need, and then does a lot of our day of signage and publicity so everybody knows where to go, and just really has an understanding of the whole process. Sue Tarshish is our soup wrangler and works with all the restaurants. That used to be my job when I was first in part of this, and so I gladly passed it off to Sue. Pam Uglum has done a masterful job over many years of recruiting our sponsors, and every year that gets bigger. And she has a team of women that come together and sign the letters, and if you get a letter from them, just keep it because they're wonderful. And then Marcel Roy works with our silent auction and works with all the artists and sets up the beautiful displays, and she's quite talented herself as an artist. And then I want to give a shout out to one particular artist, and he won't like it, but Paul Campbell.
Ironically named Campbell.
Yes. He has for many years donated 400 bowls. Almost every year. He just starts working year-round, and he lives in Alabama. He moved away, and he and Laura Gail meet up, and I think he's coming this year to be with us for the 20th anniversary. But he is as dedicated as anybody has been to this event and to the work that he does, and just a wonderful human being. I will say he saved my father's life one time, so I'm eternally grateful to him.
I like how you just throw out something that clearly is a super interesting story, and we're like almost out of time. Like, I mean, so when you come on in the future to talk about some of the senior communities, I can
tell you that story.
I hope you'll tell us that story. That's wild. So we only have about 2 minutes left. Some last words.
A quick thing, the soups, we try to get vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, and have something there for everybody.
Excellent. And one more time, how can folks get tickets? Where do they got to go to get some tickets?
They can come on Sunday. We'll let you buy a ticket. It's the same price. We don't differentiate the price. But for most of today, you can still get them at Sweet Peas, Feathers and Twigs, the Arts Center, the library, the Barker House, and Mustard Seed Cafe.
Well, Karen Kagiyama, Carol Boyd, Helen Helnig, and Sue McBrayer, thank you all for taking the time to come on the program today and chat with us about Empty Bowls. This Sunday, February 25th, $15 a ticket. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. This is the 20th anniversary. Let's make the 20th year of supporting the Soup Kitchen bigger and better than ever. We'll see you at the Ag Center this Sunday.